But even with all that, you can still see that Republicans did in fact come out and vote, right? They did in fact vote, but in a way, their vote was vetoed by the system that it's still there. And so, Democrats, I believe, the establishment knows this. The Republican establishment knows this too. And so, this is why Biden comes out and says, "Yeah, it's a victory for me. I didn't actually lose. We didn't lose the Senate. And actually, at this moment, it seems like they're going to actually lose. The Democrats will lose the House, so they didn't get that. But it doesn't seem like a huge, like the anger really is there against the administration, right? So what does Biden say? Well, I'm not going to do anything. Of course, he's not going to do anything because Biden was installed in power to bring about a certain agenda, an agenda that the establishment wants to happen. I think it's an agenda that a lot of liberal governments. When I say liberal, I don't just mean like politically liberal. It's not only about that, or progressive. It's just that liberals and progressives are the vehicle that bring about this. What I'm going to tell you. But they're not necessarily in favor of this. It's not intrinsic to them. But in modern times, in the past few years, they are the vehicle to get this done. They are the vehicle to get this environmentalist agenda through. Now, what I mean by that is it's not just generally a green agenda about caring for the environment. It's more like using the green agenda to bring about more control, top-down control over people and their lives, and to take away their liberties and everything. It's like a Trojan horse, right? And so the Great Reset, which is the WEF, whether that's what they're going to do, and if it's this is the exact plan they have, that I don't know. But what I do know is it's a guidebook. It's a guide. It's a kind of a guide for them. They're basically telling people through the WEF, these are the points that they want. The kind of like guide points, or I don't know how you'd say it. These are the points that they want to actually implement in the world, right? And so I'm not going to get into the Great Reset, but basically, the Democrat Party, since Biden's been in power, he's been implementing exactly that. Everything the Democratic Party is about implementing that policy. And the Republicans really are kind of like their establishment is about slowing down that policy in order to make Republican voters think that, well, in fact, somebody's actually caring about traditional values and traditional ways of society, and as if there's actually a party that cares about individual rights. Even though the Republican establishment doesn't really care about that, they care about making money. And to be honest, Biden, whether he believes in this agenda or not, because maybe he believes that this agenda, this Great Reset agenda, I'm going to call it the Great Reset agenda because I don't know what else to call it. The globalist agenda, maybe that's another word people use. Whatever people might think of, whatever the Democrats actually, the political figures actually believe about this agenda, he might actually believe it's good for society. And the people, and the more intellectual liberals and leftists might actually believe this is all good for society, right? But whatever they actually might think, Biden, I think, knows that he's going to make money off of this. That there's a cash incentive for him and his cronies to make money, and that's where the corruption comes in. So that's actually for the Democrats, it's about making money and about pushing the agenda. And for Republicans, it's about allowing the Democrats to push the agenda and making money also, right? So that's what all this is about. And so this is why the establishment, the Uni Party, both Republicans and Democrats, are against Trump, because he's the representation of going against that agenda. Now, there might be more to this. Trump was kind of part of the elite in some ways. I don't know if he was part of the political elite, but he was part of the wealthy I don't know. I guess he's was he a corporate leader? I don't know. I would have to go into what that actually means. But so I'm not saying that Trump is, the guy, the fighter in the ring and whatever. I'm saying he might be, you know. I'm saying he might be based on the reaction and the extent the establishment goes to get rid of him, right? And their anger at him. But maybe this is all political theater. Maybe Trump actually went into politics to make a fool out of nationalism and proto-conservatism and all that stuff. Maybe his purpose was to make a fool out of all that, so that the establishment can have something to attack, right? That's also a possibility. So I'm not saying this is not. My point is that isn't that Trump is this. He's a real opposition to the system. I'm just saying he might be. And I'm actually the way I'm. My argument is based. My argument right here and this is just that based on the way they're treating him, it seems like he is, right.